All right, so I hope everyone had a good day though. The best of days. So Ikeygai sent this over. We're gonna be looking at this today. I am not keeping this unit, but this is something that Ikeygai and I, in the past I've looked at, and it was sponsored in the past and stuff like that. So this is still part of that, you know. We looked at the IC and they have, I guess, gone past the IC phase. It is a very nice purple. I actually think it looks better from this angle. Maybe the same. Different light hits things. Yeah, it's a very nice purple. I think the idea of this board is more of a classic TKL with gaskets. So don't expect any like crazy wild things happening with this particular build today. But it's always fun doing classic TKLs. So this is gonna run you $350 if you decide to pick this up. And then we have a little tray. So the box, you know, kind of like actually what we saw in the Wuche box. Quite nice, quite premium feeling. Yeah, it's very cool. The ano on this is very nice as well. I've already looked at one in the past. Now this is the prototype. This is like one of many prototypes that we've seen of this. Yeah, the packaging's nice. It is a very nice purple. So this is just missing the Albatross logo. It's like almost like a bird on the back, basically a bird. But this is the PVD version. Now you guys know how I feel about PVD versions. I'm not the biggest fan of PVD, but some people like PVD. And you know what? They wanted to show off the PVD today. I'll peel this off afterwards, but it's a nice purple. Genuinely a very, very nice purple. TKLs, especially more classic styled TKLs, are very up my alley for stuff that I also like. Oh, there's some like residue here. I don't know if it's from like a tape or a glue inside the case, but it's not scratches or anything. It's just literally a residue of glue. Unsure what that is. I can wipe that off afterwards. You know what though? Actually, you know what I think it's from?
Love.
Yeah. Okay, little note for Ikeygai. You see the inside of the box? They basically glue these together, and I think some of the glue from the back here probably got on the keyboard. Not the end of the world. I kind of want to peel this off now, but I also don't. In terms of design, it kind of follows this whole wing kind of design, right? So you'll see it also on the weight when it does get, you know, etched onto the weight here on the back. But these are supposed to be like the wings over here, kind of like a bird flapping its wing, an albatross flapping. The side profiles, sort of a take on a classic, you know, just box on wedge, but it is nice. The front height is 20 mil. So again, top end of what I normally like. I find 20 if you guys are also interested in more of the ergonomics of things. It's a very slight piece of ergonomic, but is it on the side of the box? Oh yeah, it is. So this is what's gonna be on the weight. Sorry, I'll go back to my ergonomic thing like this. But 20 mil is exactly the height that I think for me anyways, that I'm okay with not using a wrist rest. Any higher kind of makes me want to use a wrist rest. But yeah, let's take this apart afterwards and then we can explore some more. But let's take a look what else is inside the box. These are the other gaskets. They sent me some new gaskets. We'll be using those. I'll put these to the side. I think these are feet. We have the JST. Oh yeah, they have a split plate, which I really like on keyboards, by the way. Kind of helps with some resonance. Now we have one of every plate. Please don't get mad at me when I say this next sentence. I'm going to be using Cherry Nixies today. It was either that or H1 switches, and I was like, you know what I think would sound excellent in this? Cherry Nixies. But I was also thinking we use perhaps this plate here. I was thinking perhaps one of these two plastic plates today. But I'll let you guys pick, because I think all three of these will probably sound really good. Well, hopefully sound really good. I have high hopes for this. And then we have a solid roll PCB and a hot swap PCB, but I think that we're gonna use hot swap today. So the solid roll PCB is by Gondo. It's a good classic Gondo PCB. Good quality stuff. I think good PCBs matter a lot on the board as well. So nice Gondo quality here. And then we have a hot swap one. I'm not sure what the layout is in the hot swap, if there's any limitations. I think the only thing you might lose on this one here is ISO. Which does the plate support ISO? I don't think it does. No ISO support on the plate, but you do get ISO support on the PCB. So hopefully they release plate files that maybe we can edit and alter. A lot of options for this. Oh, we're offering ISO plates in the GB as well? Perfect. Maybe I missed that note. But we're gonna do some stabilizers. But I mean, 6.25, nothing wrong. I started off the hobby only using 6.2s, and I was like, yo, 6.2s sound better. And then I realized that I'm just like a fool. And then they both sound kind of the same, so I just gave up on that life, you know? Where did I put the PCB? Oh, it's right here. Oh, well, by the way, also, Ikeygai is including foam with their kits. They said that the keyboard was designed around not using foam, but they said they're going to include it anyways. Very cool. but I'm not gonna use it today. But I appreciate them for including it because foam is fun for people who want to modify their sound a bit. All right, let's put some more Nixies inside. But I started off as a product photographer. I did product photography in my mid-20s, and I've always been into photography. And then I started doing like street photography and stuff like afterwards. But I think my job and working in product photography for products I just did not care about kind of killed the whole want for, I guess, camera gear for me. All right, I think we got everything put in nicely here. Again, we're doing the hot swap unit today, so no need for any, why is there a part of the plastic bag over here? This is not a reflection, by the way, on Ikeygai. This is just kale sockets. Kale sockets, dude. I don't know when they started doing this change. I hate this change. They put these like shields above where the solder is. I don't know why, but they're sharp and they tug on everything. So sometimes they tug on like a piece of cloth, or in this case, the plastic bag it was in. But yeah, they're kind of annoying. I kind of don't like the new way they designed the shields on the kale sockets. Really don't understand why they did that. See this piece of metal right here? This piece of metal? That was never there. At least I don't recall. I think it was originally just like, yeah, the U. This is a single mount type of case. Actually, where's our feet? Maybe it was manufacturing optimization to drop it. Oh, maybe. Honestly, it's a really good point. I didn't even think about that. Maybe it's some sort of optimization there. Oh wait, no, let's not peel this off yet. Let's wait for that. Let's get my screwdriver kit. This has some weight to it, by the way. This is a heavy bottom piece. So here's the purple again, if you guys want to see an up close of that anodization. It's very good. No visible machine marks on the inside, which I appreciate. Well, obviously on the corner, there's like a small machine mark on the, if you guys wanted to get super technical about things. You can kind of see it. I don't know if that step there is actually machine mark or just on design, or part of the design. But no ano hooks, which is nice too. On the bottom, very awesome. And then on the top, no ano hooks. I love that. Very good ano. Very, very nice. Oh, let me put the gaskets on. I like this gasket system. Kind of cool. Just press fit. Kind of fun. Some of them feel a little bit loose. So they kind of just press fit in. Actually, no, they hold. That's kind of cool. Don't think I've ever seen it implemented like this before. I am seeing you kind of have to push to get them to click in though. So I was being very gentle at first because I didn't want to damage anything. All right, the gaskets do feel a little finicky, Ikeygai. I think that the tolerance needs to be a little thicker so it can like really, I guess, push in. But other than that, I kind of like the idea of it. It's fun. It's just another play on like the sleeves, kind of. I can feel some of them click in and some of them don't. I don't know if it's just the palm plate as well. All right, let's put this in. I find that these split plates, they have nicer backspaces because there's not this like sheet, there's like a sheet of metal usually here. And I always find this kind of area sounds pretty bad on TKLs, on some TKLs, usually gasket mounted ones. So it's nice to have split because it kind of allows you to have this as a separate plate, this is a separate plate, and you kind of get that resonance that breaks off here in the center. So it's usually kind of nice. All right, let's screw this guy in. Ooh, this thing got weight. All right, let me peel this thing off now. Excellent PVD. No rippling. This is very, very good quality. Like mirror-like quality. Very good. Again, not to beat a dead horse, but sometimes we see PVD here that's kind of like, eh. This is very good PVD. Here, just to show you guys, no rippling at all. It is clean. Give us a wink. I don't know if you'll be able to really see me in this. Yeah, I don't think it really works here. There will be a logo on the PVD area here, though. Remember that, guys. Dracula's a good set. All right, so stuff we know about this board so far. It's gonna be 350, 20 mil front height, some different plate options, Gondo PCB. Pretty simplistic design everywhere with some theme around being like an albatross, so the wings on it. A little, I guess front badge you can say, but it's really, I would say this is very, very subtle. It's not in your face. It does have, on an aesthetic note, by the way, guys, even bezels. I know some people like thin side bezels. If you're like me, I prefer thin and then, you know, chunky on the top and bottom. This does look good. So the gaskets are relatively thin here. Let's talk about the mounting system for a quick second. They are relatively thin. I feel like this is gonna sound a little bit more like a top mount because they're thin and they're also a little bit more dense. They're not quite spongy like Poron. They feel like some sort of silicone or some sort of denser plastic. So let's see what this sounds like. We are using palm plate. This is GMK Dracula with Nixies, no foam. And let's see what this sounds like. HJ test, pretty nice. Okay, I like this. That is a great space bar. Slight resonance on the up arrow. I know some people are very particular about their up arrows. But everything sounds really good on this. I mean, the alphas are really good too. Spacebar 100% stealing the show, man. Pretty nice. Again, I think this fits in if you're into this aesthetic as well with a little bit of a chunkier bezel. They did a great job on this. It is very soft too. I think the gasket mount lends to a softness. I know Ikeygai said they worked with Gondo on designing the plate too. So it's a Gondo PCB and I guess a Gondo designed, inspired, whatever plate too. So there's dude, whenever I do a Gondo project of any sort, Gondo's here. Gondo. I'm honored to say that the plate design aimed for uniformity of sound. I think you did a great job, dude. I love that everyone likes it. I designed it with Ikeygai and we feel the plate design is pretty good. I think you guys did super, super solid design on this. I was a little hesitant about pairing Nixies with Palm with gasket. Again, more of a silicone gasket though, so not really like a very, you know, soft gasket, but I really like this. This is great. Side profile, again, I think it's very classic. You're not gonna get anything crazy. I feel like the ano on this particular unit is a little different though. I didn't notice that on the other side. Just so we can see that here. Ano match is not 100%. Ikeygai, perhaps to look at that a little bit more, but I know this is I'd say quite different. Did the other side have the same thing? No, the focus. No, this side looked good. What the? I looked at this side originally. Is the ano a little off on this side? Or is it just the like my camera, or I guess the light? What the? Are you guys seeing this too? Is it my lighting? I don't know. It shouldn't happen though, because you can see there's like a bit of a difference here. Shading perhaps? I don't know. Either way, just to know, it does look like there is some difference on this side. I mean, I can see it with my eyes too. And then this side, it seems like, to my eyes, there's a little bit of difference over here, but not much. It is a little bit weird. Again, I know this is a proto unit. I was even warned there might be some like scratches or anything on this too, but just so you guys are aware, that's what I see. Truthfully, it doesn't really take me out of this though. Seems to be just on that one side, but just a note for Ikeygai. We got it. That's awesome. Love to hear that, dude. I really like the sound of this. I think of everything we've done recently, this might be one of my favorites out of all the stuff we've done. USB port is recessed. It is quite recessed though, but not like an extreme amount. Ignore the little lines here. Again, another note for Ikeygai. It does seem like the box that it came in has like a foam that's stacked and glued, and it seems like some of the glue got onto the case. So it's not a scratch or anything, it's just glue. What are the final color offerings? I think there's a red, a black, and a purple, if I recall, but let me double check. Red, purple, gunmetal gray, orange. I will admit, again, from my personal preferences, and personally prefer thinner bezels on the side, but that's a very preference and that's my own bias there. So keep that in mind too. So the gunmetal will look like this, Ikeygai said. This is the gunmetal. It's a very dark gunmetal. It is nice though. This is my favorite product from them, by the way. Sounds and looks fantastic. Yeah, I really like this. Turned out great. I know I keep saying that, but it legitimately, like, this is my sound profile. I love this. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. See you guys